welcome. Thank you for your time to join another event where I'm showing what's new on the Embedded Academy. Today will be a little bit different because we have, apart from the news on new content, we have quite a lot of other news. And anyway, the last event was just 5 weeks ago. We didn't have much time to create new courses and new content, but nevertheless we did. So we are continuously working on content, but we're also working on other topics which I want to show, especially on the web page. So we have a look at the news first, yeah. So I opened the pages, the news you finally usually find when you go on About Us, and then on the news. And this is the page here. And in the past, we had 3 different types of news which we published. New glossary units, updates on e-learning, and new courses. And now we changed the concept to give you also additional insights. I'm now going backwards. We will have later on a look at the update in communication in EV charging concerning the pilot signal and the duty cycle. So it's an update in the area of e-mobility. What we introduced new in this news format is major press releases which have an impact on our customer base. And this press release and post has the information that we are now working together with a distributor, FTD Solution, in Singapore. And they are more or less covering Southeast Asia. So the availability of Embedded Academy in Southeast Asia is now broadly available via FTD Solutions. So this is one of the news. Yeah, this is similar like we had before. So we published a new glossary unit on Skytail, meaning we are in the area of cryptography. We made a new course on bridge circuits. Currently, it's only available in German, but we are working on the translation. So when we have our next event, we certainly will have been publishing the new course on within the Embedded Academy portfolio. The other part which we are now introducing in the news is we defined learning journeys, and we are informing you about the different learning journeys we defined for different job profiles. But in the course, we will have a closer look also on these learning journeys for different job profiles, which is a page we showed shortly last time, and we'll have a closer look again this time. So this is what we did as a change to the news page. And we introduced another page which is providing you also with certain news. Maybe also coming to this page back again. It's about news, it's general news. So it could be also news on classroom trainings, collaboration in different areas. Whereas here the new releases are releases clearly connected to the e-learning content. So this is only concerning e-learning. And the new releases we have an overview on just like the high level view, meaning that we are giving you only the new courses. So these are the courses which are completely new. And you see from a history point of view, these bridge circuits currently only available in German, but soon also in English, is the latest one. Before, we had been working on automotive SPICE, which is an automotive standard with different courses. This was due to the fact that this standard has gotten a new release, and we had to work on giving this to our customer base. Then we did also cyclic redundancy check, a typical software topic, and power electronics fundamentals. So as you can see, we are ranging from software over electronics and power electronics, and the bridge circuits are used mainly for measurement technology. So we're also working on measurement technology, and we have different development paths with different people pursuing to get the releases done. So this is what we are working on in these different areas, and we are showing here under new releases. The next thing I want to show is the learning journeys. If you want to see the learning journeys, you find them under e-learning here under learning journeys. And I opened the page here. Like we had in the event 5 weeks ago, we already showed that we are starting with this topic, but we did a big focus within the last 5 weeks working on various new job profiles, which we now introduced on the page. Altogether, currently we have 9 job profiles and another 2 are in work. Each job profile has a kind of unique picture, a job profile name. So it's learning journeys for job profiles. You will find the information in a PDF document, which then you can also print out and work with and do maybe check marks on what you already did. We have a connection to buy the access. And this it means also it's a recommendation. So for the embedded software developer itself, in comparison to the embedded software developer with focused technology, the content is less, and here you have more content. And this is the reason why we would recommend to buy the access for 12 weeks for the embedded software developer to have I think the time should be sufficient, these 12 weeks, to do everything and to repeat the stuff you want to revise. For the most of the other learning journeys for the different job profiles, we believe that it's necessary to take more time to get back to repeat. And anyway, our content altogether for the Embedded Academy, you have more than 7 weeks of an equivalent of classroom training to finish. And I guess more or less nobody will get 7 weeks in one run to study the whole Embedded Academy content. So you will need to make yourself a schedule. And this is now easy possible by looking into the different job profiles, see what it's recommended for this job, and also the order in which the learning should be done. We'll have a look at one of the documents immediately after going through the different job profiles we provided. So embedded software developer with focused technology. We have automotive basic software developer, meaning firmware or close to hardware, and automotive application software developer. Within e-mobility on the automotive side, we have automotive software developer for electromobility and an automotive function developer for electromobility. Also process-wise, there is an automotive project manager. The specific know-how you need, electromobility software developer and charging station developer. So we are also looking at the e-mobility at the infrastructure side, And as mentioned, we're going to continue publishing different job profiles to give you further information. I would now just have a look at the automotive basic software developer description. So we'll open the PDF going with this. I had it open before. So you see the description, e-learning for automotive basic software developer. It's very new, so we published in June. You have a picture again so that you have also easily visible that you took the right job profile. Each course has an entry explanation, and we split up into different parts, saying this first part is providing you for the embedded software development know-how. As an automotive basics of a software developer, you need the classical embedded software know-how plus specific automotive know-how, which we included in the whole picture. So it's embedded software basics, serial bus systems, cyclic redundancy check, which is often used in bus communication, but also for RAM and ROM check. Automotive bus systems, so it's an add-on to this one. Operating system, real-time operating system, AUTOSAR, and within AUTOSAR we also have AUTOSAR OS learning unit. And I strongly believe, especially if you're close to hardware, you should have a certain understanding on electronics and electrical engineering, which is part of this too. So this first part, and then we show you also the order in which you should learn. So this arrow says recommended learning journey, and a short description to each package. What's inside, step by step, so you can read through. I would not do this now, so you can choose whatever job profile you prefer and to have a closer look. So you have the icons, you have a workflow, and then here in this case, the second part is the automotive process parts, split up into automotive SPICE. Not all the courses, but the courses we consider relevant for an automotive basic software developer. And certainly what's getting increasingly important is the topic of cybersecurity. And there we have information security, automotive cybersecurity, which are both more process-oriented, and cryptography, which is more technical, going into details. And here the same, it's the recommended learning journey and step-by-step described what to take after the other. So this is just one example, but all of them have, first of all, the different courses to the point described, and the learning journey, the mixture. And now in the next part, we see the learning journey condensed, and then more extensive description of the different courses. So here you see the recommended learning journey for embedded software topics, one after the other. Electronics and electrical engineering fundamentals is belonging to this. We put into the software part in the first description because having like a third category for this one would have been too much. And then automotive SPICE and IT security topics. So you have a short picture on the workflow and the different topics you should take. And here you find then the e-learning content with a detailed description on each e-learning. So in which languages it's available. In this case, it's available in English and German. What's the course objective? What's the course content? What's the duration? Duration means it's just the time to click through. So if you have like the genius mastermind, you might be able to learn within such a short time. But our recommendation is to take it by factor 5, to take notes, to repeat, to take breaks, to be sure that you really understood and that you really took in the information. And for each course, you will find also the links where you find further descriptions on the web page and where you can actually take the course. Yeah? So this is what we did for all the job profiles. So each of them gets a document. Going back to this page. So you find them all on this learning journeys for job profile page, whatever you're interested in, and then you can have a closer look. It's just one view on the whole thing. So it still means if you have an access to the Embedded Academy, you will have access to everything. Yeah. So news in a different style, the new releases, learning journeys, and the next topic is we reworked the pricing page, and this means there are further options to purchase, and there's also a lot of information on the page. To go to pricing, you click on pricing. You have a shortcut to these web shop options, 12 days, 12 weeks, 12 months. We are this drop-down menu, but if you click on pricing, you get the pricing page. So what did we do there? Quite a lot. So you see that here we have altogether 5 buttons now. The single license via the web shop was the first thing we had, so no news on this side. We now have the option also to order a team license, individual request. We have a major discount for students with an educational license, and we the work with the distributors, we also provide a view on this page. So it's this single license. For the team license, you can order for like 10, 20 people the access via this form. We saw that many purchasing department need to purchase for their employees or for the technical department which is requesting this. And this option provides the possibility to place the order easily. So you need to enter your name, billing address, company, email and phone number of the contact person, and then you can choose either 12 days, 12 weeks or 12 months license and the amount of licenses you want to order. The minimum order is 10 licenses. How does it work at the end? So if you order, then our concept is that we are delivering you a set of license codes corresponding to the order, and with this license code, the learners can choose their starting point for learning whenever they want. So when it makes sense in the project, and they are using the license code, and starting from this days, the time period will count. Yeah? Like before, you have an individual request where you can ask for e-learnings for deploying their own learning management system, having like a big company with own server instance, adaptation to fit the CI, customized trainings or whatever. Yeah, you can type here what you want to know. This we had before. The educational license has a certain change as well. For students, we are providing a discount of 80%. But of course, we need to check that you are a student. And for this information, for this, we require first and last name, the university email address. So not using the private one, but the university, and to upload the certificate of enrollment to the university. The process here will be, we are checking it, and then you will get a discount voucher which can be used for the web shop. And the educational license can be applied to the 12 months or the 12 weeks access. In this case, 12 days is not possible. What's also new is our distributor network. This map is for B2B, and this is important to understand. For B2C, meaning also the educational license, we can cover almost every country around the world, because for B2C, the legal aspects are different. So if you are selling B2C, then the location of purchase or the location of service is Germany, as Eclipse Signer is located in Germany. And for B2B, it's the country where the customer sits, and thus making it a little more difficult. To have this approach being easier for us, we are working together with distributors for Canada, US, and Mexico. This is Joral Technologies. And in Southeast Asia, like I mentioned before, we are working with FTD Solutions right now, but there will be other distributors also which are having a different set of countries, but you as a customer will be able to choose with which kind of distributors you want to work. But here you have, for business to business, you have a picture of the countries which we are covering right now. We are in talks with quite a lot of additional distributors. So I'm confident that the map will fill soon and will cover also, for example, Southern America and Australia, New Zealand, and other further countries. So this is the status there right now, with having completely reworked this pricing page. Yeah, and now also to the content. The new course on looking at the overall content again, the new course on bridge circuits is in German, so I wouldn't go into this. Yeah, we did some new glossary units, and we did an update in the area of EV charging, and this is where I want to look at here. So we have here EV charging, the course, including 6 e-learning, and the update and improvements and further pages have been done for communication in EV charging, pilot signal, and duty cycle. And this is what I have opened here. And what did we do? We had the step from relation duty cycle and current, and then the explanation of this PWM signal and the schematic. It's called What Happens Inside the EV. And when we did a major review, because we are going to collaborate with e-mobility non-profit organization, which is providing also trainings. We reviewed this and came up with ideas to improve. And this improvement has been this one part here, schematic for the PWM signal, which I want to run now.
Let's have a look at the schematic for the PWM signal. On the EVSE, meaning the charging station side, the supply is either 12 volt or an oscillator of 1 kHz, switching between -12 volt and +12 volt. The supply is chosen by a switch. Then we see a resistor of 1 kilo ohm which only has a connection to outside of the EVSE via the charging plug. On the bottom we see the ground symbol. Ground is connected both to the oscillator and to a line which is connecting ground to outside of the EVSE via the charging plug. On the electric vehicle side EV, the following components are defined in the schematic. At the input a diode is placed. Next there are a resistor R1 of 2,7 ohm placed in parallel to another resistor R2 of 1,3 kilo ohm in line with the switch S2. Next we will explain the states in detail, both when the charging station EVSE and the electric vehicle EV are not yet connected and when the communication is being established.
Okay, so this is one of the things we did new. We also did some glossary units, and I said we are working on new courses. So more or less I will just do a short recap, but this is more or less what I wanted to present today. So we updated the news in a different form, including now also the learning journeys based on job profiles. And we also added press releases and further information like the collaboration with FTD. But we will also inform about classroom trainings, or if we have a complete new topic on the portfolio, this will be also added here on the news page. And in the future, we introduced this new page concerning the new courses which have been released, to have a short overview on the releases. We've been working on further learning journeys for job profiles, now altogether defining 9 learning journeys and another 2 being in work. We completely reworked the pricing page with having now the single via the web shop, the team license, individual request, the educational license, and the distributor information. And we had a look at, just as an example, because if I cannot show all the training content, as an example to the topic on EV charging, where we did an update. I think the next event will be rather by the end of September and not beginning of September, like we did also in the previous months, rather at the end of the month. And I'm sure that by then we will have bridge circuits as a new course also available in English. We will have some updates on measurement technology, and also on power electronics. So this is what we're currently working on. Thank you for the time, and I'm looking forward to hear you again soon. In addition to these What's New activities, we will also have some great live event talks with Thomas Schütz, who will continue his series. And if you want to have a look, we already have a live talk on the topic of architecture-driven development and on testing with hardware in the loop and an early testing approach for embedded systems. And we'll continue with these technical talks, planning about 1 talk a month, but of course in August we'll take a break. So, but the next event will be on 25th of July before we go into the summer break. Thank you very much again for joining today. I wish you a very nice remaining day, and I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.